Hey guys, Camping Steve here on my second week in the campground in a tent. I've switched sites. This one they plowed out. They plowed it right to the gravel, and it's right at the end. I don't have a bunch of traffic near me, don't have a bunch of people, and it backs right onto the closed park of the campground, so my view is just a ski trail, and occasionally there's cross-country skiers training on there, and there's just the valley that goes down to the river down there. Hopefully it'll melt up a bit, or I can rig up some snowshoes to go take a peek down there, because the snow has got to be that deep, at least foot and a half, more than a foot. So I'm gonna check that out, and this site looks pretty good overall. A little more visible from the road, but it's deserted out here. There's nobody but cross-country skiers, and their cross-country skiers generally aren't car hopping thieves. So that's that for now. If you were watching a video last week, you saw I've used these pellet stove pellets in just a normal wood stove, and it worked out okay. That saves some money. I'm gonna mess with it this time. I got some punch plate I want to throw in and try to rig something up that'll work better. But these are fantastic, and what's even cheaper, one of the kindly instructors at my college had a bunch of offcuts in the carpentry apprentices. So gave me a bunch of these. There's more out there every day. Some of it's really nice stuff, like small offcuts of black walnut and stuff. I feel bad burning them, but you can't really make furniture out of them, and somebody else will burn them if I don't. So I got some luxury fire tonight, and hopefully these will burn nicely. That'll burn nicely. I'll make some food tonight. I'd planned on doing a few other projects, but I forgot things in Edmonton, so those may wait. But there's lots to see and do here. Yes, it is the second week here, a little through the week. I'm trying to film as much as I can, but with school I do have to study first. And it's going all right so far. I'm passing, so I'm pleased with that. Tonight I'm going to be using this punch plate to put pellets on. I do have a lot of wood, but I'm going to conserve that because the pellets are cheaper and some of that wood's nice. I want to see if I can take home some of that black walnut and use it for whittling or a project or something. But I got the punch plate bent and it should fit in there. This will really hold the pellets and get some air flowing through to keep the fire going. So that's the scheme for now. I've got a pot on. Just gonna do dishes and walk around the campground a bit. I've already done a little hiking and filmed a few things, but hopefully I can catch a little bit of wildlife. It's a shot around here at this time of year. It can be tricky, but boiling up water, do dishes, that's boring, you don't need to see that. It's just like you think. And I'll catch up with you when it's dinner and hiking around time. When I showed up here, I wasn't sure, but this is the only other camper here, and it's totally abandoned. I thought there might be somebody inside. They could be living in here, but it's deserted. And it makes me wonder, it looks like they just abandoned it. Don't even see a plate on it. Maybe I'll find that at an auction one day. But until then, keep exploring around the campsite. Some of you might know what I'm doing here. You might be able to take a guess. Quinzhee, gonna give it a try. From what I've read, biggest secrets are letting it harden and mixing up the snow good so you don't have a soft layer in there. And I got the base kind of packed down there, and I just keep piling it, stirring it. Not going to make it excessively large, but it is a pretty ambitious pile so far. So let's see if I got enough energy to finish this, and I'm going to let it set for a day or two before I even start hollowing it out. It's a time of year where the sun can actually start, you know, melting the top, and then getting in an ice dome over top of it, which will give more stability, because I don't want to get crushed in this thing. But keep going. Now that was more work than it looks like, to be honest. I've got it maybe 6 feet tall, give or take. And I'm gonna heap a bit more on it. And then tomorrow I'll shape it more dome shaped. And after it's all set, I'll start hollowing it out. And somebody pulled into the camp next door. I'm gonna make sure they're around, because I'm a lot more scared of these things than I was when I was a kid, hollowing them out. Mind you, when I was a kid, I gave up when they were about 5 feet tall. So tomorrow, that will be the project. That's probably about good for tonight. I'm exhausted and it's time to cook some food. I'm up to my old scheme of using the hot coals to try and light these pellets. This might be trickier because I hope this fits. Oh, like a glove. Now I'm supposing some are going to fall through there onto those hot coals, but we'll try this. If this doesn't work to ignite these guys, I have a plan B. But it's not exactly cold in here yet, so I just need these working to test out my theory and to cook some food on it. But a fair bit of pellets. We'll get this flue open fully and the damper open fully, and we'll see if this catches. That got it going. Those pellets burn like magic. Holy man, that is gonna make things so easy. They just sit right on the tray and they do their thing. They're gonna be a good consistent source of heat, and they burn a long time. So I will get dinner on the go as soon as the stove warms up nicely, and that shouldn't take too long with flames like that. Okay, tonight's dinner, I'm just doing some pan-fried biscuits because I don't have an oven rigged up yet. And I'm going to do some sausages with a gravy mix in them, and a can of corn, which I won't cook in the can because a lot of people have commented that could be hazardous. It's good for saving a dish, but I just want to be safe. So I'm going to start up the biscuits here, and I'm not going to draw this cooking thing out too long because it's just cooking. Couple of biscuits, which is just biscuit mix, water, and I put some cheese in them. And I've never cooked biscuits before. I'm sure they're not the right consistency, but that was all the mix I had for the water I put in, so we're going to see how that works out. I suppose they're turning out more like scones than biscuits. That's okay. I like scones too. Ever wonder about these ceramic pans? Yeah, just like in the commercials, it's kind of absurd. I thought they'd be crummy because they were the cheapest pan I could find, but they do a good job, no scratches. Very pleased with them. Now the sausages I've taken out of the casing so that I can break them up and mash them in with the gravy and just put them on the biscuits that way. Seems a lot easier. Well, this is coming together really nicely. Just put in some salt and pepper. I'll throw in some flour. A tablespoon there should do. Fry that up a little. Then I'll put in some milk. That should do. Okay, so just corn with biscuits and sausage gravy. Sorry the light's not really good in here, but that's dinner tonight. Oh yeah. It's really good to get a good meal after all that shoveling today. I can see why this is so popular. Got a new camping standby. But I'll finish this off, then I'm gonna hunker down for the night, because hunkering down is what we do. And maybe I'll study tomorrow before I finish that off, but see you on the next update.